first, because Chanel has color in her hair, so when you have color in your hair, the colored hair needs to be treated a lot more often. Some colored hair is color that's deposited on. Some colored hair is hair that's bleached and then color's deposited on. The more color you have where it lifts up layers, the more deep treating is needed, because now instead of your strands being like this, there's one. Because color is at the cortex, so color treated hair needs to be moisturized a lot more often. If it's a deposited color or even a peroxide and lifting, it doesn't take away from the strand, but it's lightening naturally. So I would think, just from what I saw with the spray, that she has right now low porosity hair. I only recently started covering porosity because someone asked me about it. And I said, yes, you need just a little bit of a detangle. I'm going to get a little moisture in there too.
I'm a little tender-headed.
And you're that's excellent that you're tender-headed. So that's easy. You can cover your face if you need to. Because when I spray this, I have to work it through, means her hair is low porosity. Low porosity hair does not receive water. It's like the water just kind of rolls off your hair. So it'll be there, but you're dripping. That means it's low porosity. Medium porosity hair is well hydrated hair. High porosity hair actually will sink to the bottom of a glass or a cup. If you drop the strand in there, you'll know that because it absorbs too much water. So what you want is going to be in the in-between. And I'm going to show a styling technique. And the styling technique can be used on any texture and density of hair. And it's something simple that you may have seen already. It's called the two-strand twist. Everybody know what a two-strand twist is? Okay. Now, normally you would be detangling from your ends, which her ends aren't so detangled, but there's a thickness in the roots here where her hair is growing in, and your density is about maybe a 6 or a 7. So I'm going to go in, and when you're twisting hair, you can twist in all different directions. North, east, south, west, all points in between. The direction of the twist determines how your hair falls. If you want to bang, you want to look where your hair falls more towards your face. You're going to go north, south, and twist clockwise, counterclockwise. You're going to twist to the left. So this will create a style where when she takes her twist out, her hair curls will go this way. If you want your curls to go that way, you're going to twist clockwise. If you want your hair to fall and be voluminous, you're going to part east and west. That's going to give volume. North and south allows the hair to lay down, where somebody might have to do what's called a two-strand flat twist to get a look where the hair hangs. And that's what we call elongation. So when you're styling your hair for an interview, crispness is important. That means your ends need to be trimmed. I've never been the one to tell people trim, on a schedule. But if you're natural and you're not moisturizing your hair with creams, and you can pass this around, if you're not moisturizing your hair with some type of cream, that means you're going to need to deep treat more often. But if you're hydrated and you're doing your hair every 2 to 3 days or so, your ends aren't going to need to be trimmed as often. So when people ask about trimming hair and getting it so that everything is smooth and it has a very, very crisp look, that's my word for the day, is crisp. That's your word for interviewing. You want to be crisp and you want to be confident at all times. So when you do this, the ends are automatically taken care of more often. Some people only wash their hair every 2 to 3 weeks. Anybody in the room wash their hair weekly? Hands up high. Weekly. Anybody 2 weeks? 3 weeks? 2 to 3? Anybody only do it maybe monthly? And this could be braids and extensions. Okay, so braids, weaves, and extensions. Even if you're not doing this weekly or every 2 to 3 weeks, you can go into your scalp and clean your scalp with witch hazel and a Q-tip. Witch hazel and a Q-tip, and then put some essential oil in there or sunflower oil. It's going to make you feel bright and cheery. Those the light oils, they're like, you're blossoming like a flower. So sunflower, you want to look at the quality of the oils when you're putting them in your hair and scalp. It's going to work good on light colored hair. You have a darker color in your hair. So what you would actually do would be, you would be doing some avocado treatments. You you want to go with colors that match and enhance your color. I'm going to go to tea spray. I'm going to call our male model up. Male model. Yeah. Come on up. Come on over and say who you are. You're going to leave that in for a minute. Tea sprays to make a quick spray for your hair. You can not only drink tea, you can spray tea. You can use tea for tea rinsing. So you can get your tea, your pomegranate, your cherry, your vanilla chai, your country peach passion, your whatever kind of teas you like. And you want to look at the colors of the fruits or whatever's in there. And this goes for the guys too, because it's easy to make like a nice a facial spray. So this includes your hair and your face and your body. So this is a cool way to scent yourself naturally without the alcohol of the colognes. So you get your tea bags and you boil water. You put them in steep 10 to 15 minutes, and then you put your tea in the water spray bottle. And you have a tea spray. That's it. Just that simple. The herbs of the tea have the scent, and you can also spray it in your hair or use it as a rinse. Now, if you want it to last longer, you add essential oils. Maybe one of the ones that I mentioned or something else that you researched. And you came in later. So I want to mention, too, sugar scrubbing is for everybody. It's not just for women. It is especially important for men in terms of well-body grooming. When you talk about anybody with facial, okay, beards, mustaches, sugar scrub. It's going to soften up all the hairs here, here, and also exfoliate the dead skin cells in the scalp. Because as a guy, low cut or not, if you have any type of scalp issues, the sugar scrub is going to help to alleviate scalp issues, itchings, eczema, things like that. You're going to scrub, and then your hair's going to be softer, and you're going to feel that. Even if you only keep it this low, you're going to feel that. It's going to enhance your curls, your kinks, your waves, whatever you have, it's going to enhance that. If you experience any itching, same thing. Just like for women, the sugar scrubbing is going to lift up the dead skin cells. Oftentimes the itching comes from the fact that those skin cells are blocking, and you're trying to get them up. The itching comes because they're in there and they're blocking. And the last thing you want to do is have that feeling when you're going into an interview or into work. This is just like a part of this is all lifestyle. Now I want to see if there are any interview specific questions in terms of styling before I go on to what's your name?
Johnny.
To Johnny. Any questions about having your natural hair and interviewing? Any particular style or techniques before I go into the other two that you want to know about? No? Okay. Yes.
What types of hairstyles be appropriate?
Some types of appropriate hairstyles, so we're looking at that. Okay. So you want to look at the culture of where you're interviewing. Hairstyles are, in general, things that are more maybe like back in a bun. So a high ponytail curly, not usual. So that would be a don't. Unless you're you're a dancer and you're interviewing to dance. You have to look at what's appropriate for where you're interviewing. So that's why I said this is broad. Now, if you're talking about just like your average position where it may be a little liberal, a little bit conservative, the twisting. So we looked at Vanessa's blowout and having the twist on one side but not both. Because again, it won't look as professional. And having both sides of the hair in the face won't either. So you want to have one side up. It's a more sophisticated, classic look, and another side that's down in swoops. In terms of twisting, when your hair is then in its natural state and not blown out straight, that's when you can roll all the way around.
This is when you
And then you just want to make sure your hair is moist. So you would roll here, and then I'm going to have you stand, or I'm going to come on the other side. You're going to roll this side, because she already has a nice part in the middle. And this is just basic French rolling. And because of her length, I don't have to use a bunch of pins. So far there's just two. There's three. You felt that was three? Okay. Oh, you had one in there already, or one that I put a third one in there? I must have missed that one.
This is the style that you're supposed to wear first.
Yeah.
This can be now when it's hydrated and also hydrated. Yes, you can, because she's natural. So what would happen is, so I want you to look. Now you have to imagine. You have to imagine. No,
not on her.
No, you have to imagine this tighter. I didn't do this tight because I didn't do the work through.
It's moisturized.
I'm just showing you how to do the roll itself, but it would be tighter. It could be tighter at the French roll. So then this side, I'm going to show it to you tighter now. I showed it to you loose. I'm going to show it to you tighter. So here we're going to put another pin. Now, she's going to look this way. Now you can turn to the side. That's so you see the technique of the French roll itself. You just tighten it up. And when you tighten it up, yes, you can wear this. Now a bun could be in the back as well. When you get the hang of how to twist it. Yeah, so once her hair is completely hydrated, moisturized, or even if it was a two-strand twist out and there's definition, the definition of each twist allows you to twist everything tighter. So this would be here. Now she could also let the back be puffed out. So yes, this could be worn for an interview because it is her natural. It's her natural hair. So you want to see some texture. But then there would be more sheen in her hair. So then I'm just going to pump on the